battle started.
Alright everybody, welcome on in to another match here in Beyond All Reason. Today we're going to be doing a 1 versus 1 on Gecko Isle. Let's meet the teams here. For the red team, we have 1,000 ticks spawning in the top right as an Armada commander. Going to use some of that tidal power to get his economy rolling. Looks like he's going to go starting with bots. His opponent, spawning in the bottom middle, is Ice and Fire, going with a Cortex commander. And he's starting firmly on the land here. So we have a little bit of a difference in how these two are starting off. The red commander using the better efficiency of the tidal generators, and the blue commander going with a more central spawn position and getting mexes before the electrical generation. So we'll see how that works out here. We also have Cortex versus Armada, so we do have the different unit choices. I expect to see some ticks out of 1,000 ticks, unironically. So scouting plus harassment. So Ice and Fire is probably going to have to build a little more LLTs with all of his expansion points, just to prevent the harassment from doing any actual damage to his economy. Looks like 1,000 ticks started with a res bot. Gonna go out and start eating the metal on the map. Going with a pure eco opening here. Goes with the res bot first, then into construction bot. What else has he got queued up here? Another Lazarus, 5 ticks, and another constructor. On the other side, Ice and Fire also starting with a res bot, but then is going for grunts. So we'll see if he sends that straight away across or if it's a zoning one for around his base. Going using the construction bot as build power here. Not going for early expands. Radar up already. Now he's going for the expansions. You got the safe one here up on this ledge, which you don't have to defend as long as you put something right in here. You can cover this whole way up from run-bys. Ticks have started rolling out. Meanwhile, on the other side, we have a couple grunts, some res bots. Still haven't gotten to the constructors, though. Looks like Ice and Fire is going to be a little bit later on the expansion. May come back to bite him in the end. We'll have to see. There is a lot of metal and energy out on the map to eat up with the res bots, but sending them out unaccompanied with all these ticks that are going to be roaming around could end up dicey. We've got 4 constructors now for 1,000 ticks, and he is starting his expansion. Lots of wind turbines queued up, some energy storage, some mexes up here, and he's moving out with the commander to get the mexes out in the open. Looks like the grunts did find a Lazarus here. Going to take that out. It's a good find. These ticks, though, same thing if they're paying attention, which they are not currently. A little bit of a APM issue. It's alright. I only notice it because I can see everything. So, we still haven't gotten verification from each person that they find the spawn points of their enemy. Because it looks like Ice and Fire went straight across, trying to see if his opponent spawned directly opposed to him, which he did not. I think he did correctly deduce that he's in the top right here. 1,000 ticks is moving his forces to engage these grunts that are coming in, and building up an LLT to cover these 2 mexes here. Grunts do get the better part of that trade, being able to combine on that pawn. Commander is not really going to take the time to deal with these. He's just going to keep getting his economy rolling. These grunts, though, they are definitely going to trade out really well with these, as blue is not slowing up on the aggression. He did not come here to eco. He's got a lot of construction bots, not sending any out to actually expand, just pumping out grunts. He's got a lot of money left over, though, in the bank. Pawn's getting good trades here by jumping on one at a time because he had the grunts in a line that was not orientated correctly. Does take out all the ticks though. Might get this mechs. Does. Good little last few volleys there from that grunt. It does look like we're having some APM issues from Ice and Fire, as he has a lot of reclaim units not working, and he's not expanding. Building a construction turret, which is nice, but he needs income. His metal income is tiny. 1,000 ticks commander is caught out in the open. He's going to get down to about half health, but unless you take him out, he's just going to heal back up. So, Ice and Fire just lost a lot of metal worth of grunts and didn't get the job done. And now there's a bunch of pawns and going to be an LLT up to defend the commander here. Ice and Fire's got to start expanding. It boggles my mind. He wants the build power, which is useful, but without the income, the build power only gets you so far. I mean, Red's income now is just far and away surpassing Blue. Starting to see Red's income advantage come to fruition as he is pushing out on the map with his units and coming towards Ice and Fire, who was the initial aggressor. Ice and Fire's only hope, I think, is to res bots and just hope to get us around on the enemy comm. Because at this point, he is toast when it comes to the eco. Red can't even spend his money fast enough right now. He needs more build power. Oh man. Oh man. A bunch of Lazarus just decided to sacrifice themselves to the Beyond All Reason gods. This is a dicey push here from Ice and Fire. Got LLTs plus a superior number of pawns. The grunts are better one-on-one, but when you're 25 pawns against 19 grunts with 3 LLTs, I'm going to have to go on the pawn side of this. Getting more energy income up for Ice and Fire, but still, he's finally going out to expand here, and he's going to run into these ticks, which have been sitting here since the beginning of the game. They never got sent in. They're just there to see when he expands. Grunts coming around, seeing if they can find an angle, but they're finding a lot of enemy forces here, and all of this res field is going to be left for Red. And that's where the bigger problem comes in. Is all of this reclaim and resurrection is going to Red. His lead is just getting bigger and bigger here. Blue is just okay. Well, this could work. You don't need a lot of metal income if you're doing air play, and going for air, if the enemy doesn't, anticipate it at all, and you catch them unawares, you can definitely take down their commander. This commander's almost back up to full health, but if he just builds a crap ton of bombers, these constructors, which finally went out to get some expansions going, getting taken down here. Ice and Fire getting run over now by blitzes, as there's been a vehicle transition here from 1000 Ticks, who also has an air lab queued up. He's going to have everything, just waiting for the kitchen sink to be thrown in here. Here come the grunts again. If it doesn't work the first 5 times, what about the 6th time? We're making shurikens. Okay. I mean, that's not bad. The only issue I have with using the shurikens for this is you get one shot of revealing that you went air before your enemy is going to have air defenses. And since the shurikens only hold units in place and your units have to actually deal the DPS, you're not going to get a whole lot of time to get usefulness out of them before there's air defenses up. And time is something blue doesn't have right now. Red is pushing in. And the shuriken's worth is dropping by the second as there's no units to apply DPS against Red's units. And I'm feeling like Fire and Ice. Wow, Red is pulling back. What is he doing? Don't play with your food, buddy. Shurikens stun a lot here. There's no DPS to kill it, but it's stunned. And Red already has fighters coming to take out these shuriken. Oh, man. That's got to be just so disheartening for Ice and Fire. He sees where he was going to take just great efficiency, and then a couple of fighters come letting him know that Red already had an air lab up and running. Getting a couple free kills on some fighters, which is nice, but when you're looking at an income differential of 6 to 1, you're going to need a little bit more than that. I don't know what Red is specifically waiting for. I think he's just playing with his food at this point. Very, very rude. Not going for a T2 transition, which I do find a little surprising. Building a lot of just everything T1. He just has all of the T1 queued up. I think at this point he knows that the game is won. Don't know what his condition for actually going in and killing the enemy commander are. Well, it looks like we do have commands here to go in. Looks like he's trying to flank around this little middle defensive position, and then thinks better of it. Fighter still coming in. Gets 3 shurikens before it gets taken out by AA towers. So still financially worth it. My gosh. The blue player started off decent, just didn't push out to any expansion whatsoever. You gotta be careful with your commander in a transport when there's enemy fighters around. Ice and Fire just trying to, I don't know, delay the inevitable. Here comes everybody collapsing in on the sole bastion of Blue's production. Everything is going to be just wiped out. Ice and Fire calls GG. I don't know if he's going to suicide his commander or just leave, or if he's just waiting to die. There we go. Ice and Fire does suicide his commander.
Battle
1000
ended.
ticks takes the win. It was a very, very dominant showing from 1000 ticks here. If you guys liked the video, please leave a like below. If there's anything you want to see or something I can improve upon, leave a comment in the comment section.